أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. Ya Allah, enable us to see the truth as truth and give us the ability to follow it. Show us falsehood as false and inspire us to refrain from it. Today we will see some miscellaneous roles a woman plays in her life. Though there are many, we will look at some of them. Daughter-in-law. When a daughter-in-law comes in a family, she has certain rights. A daughter-in-law has the right to privacy and the right to be treated with respect. She has no Islamic obligation to take care of her husband's family, but if she does, that is mustahab, that is, it is very highly recommended and liked in Islam, and it is also kindness towards her husband. If a believing woman of her own free will serves the parents or family of her husband, she would be doing a deed of ihsan, a deed which would be over and above her prescribed duties and responsibilities. In-laws. It is the family of one's husband, the second family of a woman, guised mainly as responsibilities and never-ending service. But if you enter this with a positive mind, a rational approach and an empathetic attitude, that is, with the ability to understand each other, things will always be better. Maintaining good relations with them will increase your bond with your husband. Never make an issue about me or them. Remember, your spouse's parents have known them longer and loved them longer. Your husband has to honor his parents, and you should help him in that. As much he is obliged to spend on you, he has to spend on his parents as well. Expect some adjustment time after marriage to adjust to this new relationship. Shaitan attacks at this relationship a lot and wants disharmony among the family members, which actually lead to uncompromising situations between the couples. Hold your tongue. A wise saying goes that a woman should be like a dumb person in her husband's house for the first 2 years of a marriage. Be empathetic. Try to see things from their point of view. Accept when you are wrong and apologize. Remember that they have seen much life than you. Strengthen your children's bond with them and try not to create their negative image in their minds. Keep in touch with them with the intention of gaining Allah's pleasure. They are worthy of your kind treatment. Do not go to your parents with your quarrels or discuss any minor disputes or conflicts in the family. Be forgiving and keep your sense of humor and have a control over your emotions. Always treat your in-laws with compassion, respect and mercy, the same way as you would do to your parents or you would want your husband to do with your parents. Misunderstandings, high and unfulfilled expectations, problems will somehow definitely be there. It is on you how you tackle it. Your attitude and your approach matters. Do not put your upbringing at stake. Do not give a chance to anybody to say anything against you. Do not do things you will know will create uneasiness. There will be a drastic change in environment as everyone comes from different backgrounds. Like how no two people are the same, environment of each home too is different. Always keep asking Allah to maintain peace and consonance. Friend. Do not display your aura to other women. Aura is that part of the body that should be covered. In case of Muslim women, it is her entire body except that which usually appears, such as the face, forearms and feet. And the aura of a woman with another woman is the area between the navel and the knee. Love them for the sake of Allah. Rasulullah ﷺ said, "Indeed, the strongest bond of faith is to love for the sake of Allah and hate for the sake of Allah." Among the 7 whom Allah will shade with His shade on the day when there will be no other shade but His are 2 men who love one another for the sake of Allah, meet and part on that basis, as it says in a Sahih Hadith. Never betray trust. Always be there in times of need. Be supportive. Listen attentively. Be considerate. Give them time. Do not spread lies about them. Help them to obey Allah. A friend is the most aware of the desires and the variations in Iman, and hence should be the one who shows them the right thing to do when their vision is not clear. Keep righteous friends. If you find the company of a person to be uncomfortable, problematic, to be deviating from deen, to be creating a negative influence, leave gracefully. It is more worth to protect your religious commitments. Respect their values, but stick to your moral principles. Be a part of their joys and sorrows. Make efforts to know what is going on in their lives. The role of a woman as a da'i. A da'i is a person who does dawah or the one who calls people towards Islam. The first important thing is to be an example. Your character itself should preach your sermons. Islam should be so much embedded in your lifestyle that it should speak for itself. No one is perfect and flawless, but try your best. And there are a few things to be kept in mind while on this purpose. You need to have a lot of patience. You cannot expect a person to instantly change on your first advice. The prophets did this job for years and years. Softness, body language, expressions, gestures are very important, and remarkably in this regard, and more importantly while dealing with your family. What you say matter, and moreover how you say it matters. One has to be very soft in conveying the message of Allah. Never ever correct your elders. It will become a matter of ego and will not be tolerated by them. People with less knowledge act very confidently, and with their talk they tend to confuse your knowledge. It is no use arguing with them. Learn to disagree with dignity. Maintain your own standards. Address the person according to his level of understanding. Do not say heavy words in front of a person who won't understand it. Know what you are talking about. Make sure you have a sound, deep knowledge of what you say. Be honest if you don't know. Use your talents and blessings to call people towards Islam. When you spread the word of Allah among people, try to establish a better connection of yourself with Allah first, like increasing voluntary worship, being sincere to Allah, etc. Learn to ignore. When you try to implement deen in your life, when you try to follow the correct path, when you try to convince people, accept that your relationships will change. People will get distant from you. They won't understand your true intentions. Just consider this as a test from Allah. But be firm and determined. The treasures of rewards will be from Allah in the eternal world. Renew your intentions, which should be only to please Allah. A quick look at the glossary. May Allah make us steadfast in adhering to His religion. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.